YouTube has continued to attack alternative media by demonetizing most of our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit our Amazon store or our Patreon page. Links below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and this is a weird video for me to make because I never thought in a million years I'd ever have to defend a Republican congressman, right? I mean, I really never thought that would be the case at all, but this is one of those times where I'm like, really? This is a hugely trending story right now. People are talking about this because, well, for one, it's not entirely uncommon for Republicans to be just as sexually deviant as Democrats in many cases. That being said, this isn't really a case of deviancy as it is just, hey, man, let your freak flag fly. So what we have here is a Texas congressman apologized Wednesday after he was literally caught with his pants down. U.S. Rep. Joe Barton out of Texas made his mea culpa in a statement after a nude photo and a salacious sext surfaced on social media. Oh my God, they're trying to label him as the next Anthony Weiner. Except, his explanation is nowhere near as bad as showing your junk to a 15-year-old from North Carolina. Saying here, while separated from my second wife prior to the divorce, I had sexual relations with other mature adult women. Each was consensual. Those relationships have ended. So this dude, of age, while separated from his wife pending a divorce, got down and dirty with a couple of older, mature ladies. Some gilfs, if you will. I don't know if they're gilfs. No idea if they're gilfs. But the idea here is that this dude was like free, man. He's free. He's getting ready to end his second marriage. He's in that high school teenage year phase of freedom before, you know, whatever. And he's going out there and he is just laying that gray pipe. Just gray hair pipe. Total pipeline laying. All right. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. He's an adult. These are consensual. Okay. Now, he says that, I'm sorry I did not use better judgment during those days. I'm sorry that I let my constituents down. Dude, oh, come on, man. Who cares if you are in the process of getting a divorce? Divorce is a piece of paper. It's a contract with the state. I mean, granted, if you're a congressman that's Republican from Texas, you're probably going to be religious. So you're going to say like, I failed the Lord, I failed the Lord, I failed the Lord. I didn't, you know, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Trust me, I don't think God cares. God wants you to be happy. You know what I mean? And if it's like taking the D train to Bone Town with some gray-haired ladies, then by all means, man, I think God's going to be okay with that. I think, because what was like the average like lifespan of people living in Jesus's era, like 45, basically, you know? Nowadays, if you make it past that, you're doing pretty good. You make it and you have a little bit of fun. Who cares? At the same time, seriously, who gives a crap? Right? So the close-up photo of his genitals first appeared on an anonymous Twitter account and hit the web about a month after the veteran lawmaker announced his intention to run for re-election. So it's a smear campaign, literally waving his penis in the face of other people on social media for you to go, this is your representative, look at his junk. Now, I haven't seen the picture, nor do I want to see the picture, but I'm going to lay down two theories for you. Okay, theory number one. If he was a huge mandingo cockswinging motherfucker, then we would probably, you know, have no issue with the problem. You know, if he's out there, he's just waving an elephant trunk, no one's going to care, right? They're like, wow, well played. Well played, sir. But if it's cold outside and it looks like, you know, you're definitely a grower, not a shower, that could be one of those things too, where it can be used against you. Do you really want a man with a tiny wang as your representative? Because that is actually a tactic that is used to emasculate men, believe it or not. It's like, well, I'm sure you all can believe it. You know, you have the moments in time where you're just like, oh, how big's your wanker? You know, how big's your crank? How big's the shaft? It was, oh, it's not as big as mine. I'll tell you, that means, you know, you're more virile. You can be more successful. It's that whole alpha male mindset nonsense, right? When anyone will tell you it's more about the motion in the ocean than the size of the boat. All right. At least that's how I get by. But the point I'm trying to get to here, folks, is that essentially speaking, it's no big deal. The dude was a consenting adult who photographed his junk. Sent off a dick pic and a sext. Who cares? Legitimately. This is the third trending story right now on Google, and it's only going up. It's only going up. Now, he says here, you're as aware of what was posted as I am. I'm talking to a number of people, all of whom I have faith in, and am deciding how to respond, quite frankly. Yeah, that's a bit of a tough one. What do you do when a photo of your junk gets out there? What do you do when a photo of your penis you sent into the wild, trying to liven up a conversation with a woman of consenting age, who could also have a grandchild of consenting age, and you know, what do you do? What do you do, man? At this point in time, you just have to kind of grin and bear it. Be like, that's me. That's Joe. Call him Mighty Joe Young. Mighty Joe in my pants. It's a grower, not a shower. But that's it, essentially. When asked if he planned to step down, Barton's spokesperson said he's not resigning. Good, man, good. Now, if you were resigning, Joe, I would be upset. I would be super upset if you were resigning over just a dick pic, right? I mean, in this day and age, that is considered minimal. And anyone out there of your constituents who are horrified and shocked, screaming, why won't somebody please think of the children? Just go and find whatever demographic you need to look up for what porn is being searched for in your area, your district. You can see basically that no one cares ultimately, but they're going to sit there and act that way publicly because it's a show. I'm just saying that no one's really going to care, and it's good that you're not resigning. I'm glad. I'm super glad. Mostly because this is a stupid shaming tactic. You know, Anthony Weiner liked to send his wang out to people. Not a good move. Especially the fact that he sent it to a 15-year-old in North Carolina. Not a good move. The dude's going to jail, and that's good that he is. Okay, this isn't one of those situations. So you can't sit there and try to compare this representative to Anthony Weiner. Nor can you sit there and compare what happened with this guy to Al Franken. Al Franken's half-handed, gropey, whatever photo, way worse than this dude's situation. Overall, way worse situation. But that's just the funny thing where we find ourselves. Now, Barton, who's 68 years old, is the latest politician whose past sexual indiscretions have come back to haunt him. The dude was separated from his wife. They were pending a divorce. The relationship was done. He was lonely, and he was looking to just, you know what, to go balls deep. And he went there. And there's nothing wrong with that. A father of 4 and grandfather of 5. He is the longest serving member of Congress from Texas, and he is also no stranger to controversy. It's probably one of the reasons why he's not stepping down. It's like, this ain't nothing. I can weather this storm. And plus, everyone's going to be like, all right, well played. You got some strange while you were up there in your years. Now, if they would have come out and said, oh, he was, you know, because he's a senator, or because, you know, he's a politician, he's got the position of power, and he's using that to exert influence over these young women, and then, you know, send them photos of his wang in a non-consensual fashion, then he would be screwed and he should resign. But if it's a consensual thing and nobody's coming out claiming that it isn't, then it's all good. Now, in March, he was hit with sharp criticism after he lost his cool and told a constituent at a town hall meeting to shut up during a tense exchange over his decision to vote against a bill that aims to stop violence against women. Okay, so he's human, makes mistakes. In 2010, he was blasted by both Republicans and Democrats after calling BP, the energy company responsible for the Gulf oil spill, the victim of a $20 billion shakedown by the Obama administration during a House Energy Committee hearing. Yeah, that's way worse than having a picture of your wang out there. A $20 billion shakedown by the Obama administration. No. He says he apologized. Former oil executive told BP chief Tony Hayward, I'm ashamed of what happened at the White House yesterday. So, so he came out and he apologized. And he was referring to $20 billion in compensation that BP agreed to pay the victims of one of the nation's worst environmental disasters. He retracted his apology before the hearing was over. Of course he did. This dude doesn't care. Overall, he doesn't care. Right? But still, this is a situation where it's like those two things aren't connected. All right, this is something that you do in the privacy of your bedroom, and word got out there. It's one of the reasons why I'm really against people sending nude photos of themselves over the internet. If you don't want it eventually getting out, don't snap the pic. I just think that's a fair way of looking at it, to be honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because of situations like this. You know, I've been in situations in my younger years talking to ladies up on them phone lines. Party phone lines were all the rage back before we had Yahoo, I guess. The whole point there is you get in those conversations and it's like, you know, like, oh, like send me a photo over an email or something. Or as it got down the road, when we had picture messaging on phones, there would be photos sent back and forth. And I'd get the request every once in a while. I would never do it. for this exact reason. I had the forethought to go, nope, if you want to see it, you got to come over in person. That was also a line I used. Didn't have the impact that you might think. Let's be honest. I'll be honest. I didn't get a lot of love back in the day with those kind of lines. That didn't work out it wasn't my A game, you know. But the point is, this is a nothing burger. This is a nothing controversy that people are going to use to try to shame this guy who was in consensual relationships. And that's what it is. And that's the whole issue here that I have a problem with. It's like, this is not the same thing as Roy Moore. This is not the same thing as the accusations levied against Harvey Weinstein or Al Franken or Kevin Spacey or Louis C.K. or even Donald Trump himself. Nothing in the same realm of possibility. This is all consensual stuff here. And as a result of that, this is a non-story, but it's a non-story that people are talking about because this is our current political climate where they just want to find anything they can to shame you and destroy you. And while I would probably never vote for this person myself had I lived in the district that he represents, I wholeheartedly support his decision to stay in and to not resign and to basically tell all these people to F off, because that's how you do this. That's how you fight back against this nonsense. So good on him. Okay, so this was just sent to me right as I finished recording my video on Joe Barton, where Laura Loomer is the reporter who gave the dirty photo of Joe Barton's wang to InfoWars. And she says on Twitter, people are asking me why I gave exclusive video footage of Rep. Joe Barton, a Republican, to InfoWars. I'd be a hypocrite to report on Democrats who get caught up in sex scandals and not do the same for Republicans. You may not like what I do, but I will always keep it 100%. Going on to say, I'm not against consenting adults sending each other naked pics and/or naked photos of themselves. However, there are risks associated with sending explicit images of yourself online to someone you're having a relationship with. This should serve as a learning experience for everyone. Oh my God. So it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter if you do something in the privacy of your own bedroom and the privacy of your own relationship and you make sure it's not going for public consumption. It doesn't matter. You should still have your wang put out there for everyone out to see. This way you know not to do it. But I love this Liberty Conservative article here. It says, Alex Jones and Laura Loomer release revenge porn video of conservative lawmaker could face jail time. This is also going to go back, just as a quick thing, this is going to go back to the idea of the Hogan lawsuit against Gawker. It is. It really is. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you remember correctly, Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan, was secretly recorded having sex with his best friend Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. It's a weird statement to make out loud. And as a result, that footage was then leaked to Gawker. Gawker posted the footage. Bollea then sued them to have it taken down. The judge ordered them to take it down. They were like, First Amendment rights, which case it was not needed for the public consumption, so they couldn't argue that. And as a result, he sued them, and in August of last year, ended up taking them down completely. And so it can happen. And if Laura Loomer gave this information to Alex Jones in order to run, and Jones ran it, and this is where we're at right now, because she admits to doing it. She gave it to them, and they went with it. This could be illegal, especially because, well, Barton is from Texas. Jones is from Texas. InfoWars is based out of Austin, Texas. And so I think this whole story just got a lot more interesting. And I'll keep you guys informed as soon as I know more. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.